out for this opportunity to come. Lord, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for giving us the freedom to come and express our desires here in this community. Reuben, the one that's running for sheriff, that you'll guide him and his family in a godly way. Lead Mr. Pitts and let him conduct himself always in a Christ-like manner. I pray for the ones on the council tonight that they'll always have a good attitude. We can glorify your name even through this meeting. We ask in thy precious name. Amen.
Amen.
If you raise your hand, pledge allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Play ball.
Do you have an agenda with you, Mr. Beck?
I do. I meant to
Did you make me one?
give you a copy.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. And if you would, turn off your cell phones, mute them. We would greatly appreciate it. And let's go ahead and have the roll call.
Okay, roll call. Mayor Self,
Here.
Myrtle, here. Eugene,
Here.
Lloyd,
Here.
Steve,
Here.
Brenda is absent.
All right, we have a quorum.
Okay, Mayor? Yes, sir, you have a quorum.
All right. And we will open the floor after we conduct our business meeting for public comments. We'll go ahead and get into let's review the minutes from a previous meeting.
The Town of County Line, Alabama. The Town Council meeting of July the 14th, 2014. The meeting was called to order by Mayor Self at 7 p.m. The invocation was given by Mr. Don Hagel. The Pledge of Allegiance was given by all in attendance. Roll call. Mayor Self, Councilors Myrtle Van Cleek, Eugene Kiley, Brenda Lowe, Floyd Philpott, Steve Brewer. Welcome to the public in attendance. Please mute or turn off cell phones during the meeting. The minutes of the June meeting were read. A motion to accept the minutes as read by Brenda Lowe and seconded by Steve Brewer. Motion carried. Financial reports given. A motion to accept the reports was given by Steve and seconded by Floyd. Motion carried. Special reports. We received 3 proposals for repairing or replacing the roof. This was tabled until Eugene can check with grandson. Did I have that right, Eugene? That's what I thought. Report of officers. Status of work to be completed by our attorney, Mr. Greg Reed. Our articles of incorporation are all legal. He is to set up a meeting with the county attorney, probate judge, and our commissioner, and will notify the mayor. This is to determine who owns the roads in the town or the county. We enjoyed having Mr. Reed with us tonight. He was very informative. Everyone remember to vote tomorrow. There being no further business, a motion to adjourn by Steve and seconded by Myrtle. Meeting adjourned at 7:55. Respectfully submitted by Brenda Philpott, the town clerk.
All right. Any corrections? Changes? And do we have a motion to accept?
I make a motion that we accept the minutes.
Second.
All in
Steve
favor?
and Eugene?
Yeah.
All in favor?
Yes.
Are you going to do financials or you?
Yeah, I'll just read off the,
Okay.
all right, review of the financial reports. The first is the capital improvement fund. There's no change from previous month. Balance of $5,626.78. The County Line General Fund,
Which one? General?
general fund.
Okay.
The beginning balance was $9,863.14, and the ending balance is $8,926.51. Okay. The 4, 5, and 6 account, the beginning balance was $6,501.94, and the ending balance, $6,649.95. And the last account, the 2 and 7, beginning balance was $5,805.97, and the ending balance was $6,406.57.
And the bank statements are here if you want.
Okay. Any questions or comments on the financial? All right, we have a motion to accept.
I'll make a motion to accept. I second.
All right, all in favor? Okay. All right, I have no reports from standing committees or special committees. And reports of officers. I am still waiting for the meeting to be set up for, with the county concerning roads. Have not been contacted by our attorney, Greg Reed, at this point. All right, I did talk with Engineering Services Associates, and they will be submitting a proposal for the modification to our solid waste management plan, so that we will fall under the Blount County's solid waste management plan when it's approved later this year.
Now, who did you talk with?
So,
From
so
the
Les,
solid waste?
yeah, it's the same place.
Oh, okay.
But she is gonna submit a proposal
She's gonna do it, submit the proposal to go along with
to
the
us.
Blount County.
Yeah, because what we need to do is separate from what Blount County is doing for their plan. We want to subscribe to Blount County's, but we need to make ours go away.
Okay.
And what that entails is we have to submit a modification to our solid waste management plan for it to expire upon Blount County's renewal of their solid waste management plan. Okay? We have to do, these are steps that we must take outside and in addition to what Blount County is doing right now with their updating their solid waste management plan. So hopefully I will have that proposal, and I'm gonna leave this up to the council. Do you want to have a special meeting to get this thing and to discuss the proposal once I receive it? Or do you want to just wait till next month?
I think we need to go ahead and get it done.
I think we need to go ahead and get it done.
Get it
So
done,
we can just call
because
them.
we don't want that done.
No, we don't. Well, no, we don't. There's no doubt about that. All right, well, as soon as I get the proposal,
Quicker the better.
Yeah.
Get it over with.
yeah, I agree. Well, as soon as I get the proposal, I will notify the council and we'll schedule a special meeting to address that.
I thought I was gonna have to go out there and shoot that motor or something.
Okay?
What we've already done, you know, the paperwork we already sent in to rescind it and all, they can't go over our head and go ahead and put it in, can
Now, whoever, the developers would have to have our approval before they could start any construction.
they? Okay, so they can't go
They cannot,
behind our back.
no, because they have to have host government approval.
Okay.
And right now, we're the host government that has to give the approval, and we're not gonna do it.
And we don't have it, we took it back, yeah.
So we've already rescinded that, and Adam's been notified of, so that, if they did receive anything, they've got the paper that says, no, we don't have, they do not have our approval. Okay. But doing away with the solid waste management plan and falling under Blount counties gets that out of our hair, because we don't need it. It's too expensive to maintain, and besides, we don't need it. We're not gonna have it done. All right, along that same line, what we were discussing last meeting about the roof, we're going to have to try to use a patch, because frankly, we don't have the money to do the roof repair this year. Not with the upcoming expense of the solid waste management plan modification. Still don't know what that's gonna cost us yet. So, but we will, if we can buy the material and get somebody, by all means, we'll pursue that. With that ceiling we were talking about,
Okay.
yes, ma'am,
May I say?
yes,
Dylan's truck has been down, and he hasn't been able to do any extra running around other than get back to work. That's why we haven't been able to get him down here. But Jean found out that we did check on getting the material for it.
right.
And it's $83. I believe it's a 5-gallon bucket, Eddie.
A gallon bucket.
A gallon bucket, $83. It's expensive stuff.
Well,
So, you know, we may need to I may need to find somebody down here that we can hire for a few hours to do that. But he can use our ladder, can't he?
Yeah.
I can get it, we can get it down here, I can get it down here at a moment's notice for him, I think.
mhm.
And, you know, if we have the material, then we could get, you know, maybe Sue Francis has a laborer that works on the farm or something like that. And we could,
She just knows so many people.
she knows so many people, we could get with her and find us somebody that would,
And she does have people that work for her. so-
yeah,
Okay.
that would work for a few hours. And, you know, I don't know how long it'd take to do it, but it shouldn't take long.
All right, well, we'll have to pursue that in the interim, and maybe next year we'll have enough money accumulated
Right.
in the capital
Yeah,
improvements.
if y'all can just vote to have, or propose to have, you to be able to give the check to buy the material and to pay the laborer once we find them, and I'll put it together,
Mhm.
or somebody puts it together.
All right. All right, we need a proposal then
Somebody
to
needs a motion.
authorize expenditure of what? What would you?
I make a motion we do it.
Yeah,
I second it.
May I ask a question?
yes,
Approximately how much is it gonna take to repair the roof?
to patch,
Yeah, to patch it, yeah.
to patch the worst of it. I don't know.
Well, 1 gallon would patch the leak right there, and that's the only one we really have a problem
Mhm.
with, that I know of.
I'd say 2 or 3
2 or
gallons.
3 gallons.
Dan's our expert.
How long would it
What kind
take
of
to
material
roll it
is it?
with the
Tell me
roller?
what you're getting.
Rubber roof. It's a rubber roof.
I had a roofer tell me that we needed to go, he said, what you buy at Lowe's is not as good as what you can buy at, he told me where to go get it, and I'll have to call him back. I wanna say something like ABC Distributor, or something like that. It's a place that builders go to buy their supplies. But he suggested that, and I'm sure he would help me get it if I needed him to. He said
All right,
that
It
the
worked great. The
material,
old trailer that was leaking and it stopped it.
okay.
How do you apply it?
The roller.
with a roller, like a paint
Paint
roller.
roller.
Okay.
Of course, you gotta throw the roller cover away when you
Oh,
get
of course,
there.
yeah.
Either a roller or a squeegee, you can do either one.
Yeah, you could do just a rubber squeegee.
So you've got a
Uh-huh.
motion that you do it, so a second,
Well-
but we've gotta figure out,
Let's set a cap on the
okay, set a
amount.
cap on the amount, right?
Yeah, if it's $83 a gallon, and, well, let's say the maximum, $500.
Okay.
Yeah,
That would be
maximum,
plenty.
yeah.
Good
Okay.
cost.
I went online and bought 5 gallons of it, and it was $360.
Okay. That was about the price of what I found.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, do we have a motion?
You went online to get it, so
Yeah.
you know where.
And it FedExed it to my house.
Really?
Well,
Yeah.
could you do that again?
Yeah.
And I'll give you a check for
All right, we need a motion.
I make a motion, we buy the
That's all.
stuff to do the roof
I second
and pay somebody to do it.
And set the dollar amount to
$500.
$500. All right. We have a motion and a second.
it. Got
All
it?
in favor? Okay.
All right. Maybe we'll make it through the winter.
You can get the
All
material.
right,
I'll research it with somebody.
I don't have anything else to report on?
I have something, I put it on your desk with the note, did you see that?
I have
Give one to
distributed it,
everybody.
we're gonna read it and bring it up at a later time.
Okay, well, that's what I wanted everybody to know, they've got a copy of an ordinance.
We got it.
Because back here, there are now 3 or 4 more trucks than there were in the beginning, and now it's coming all the way up into the property, onto the park property.
Okay,
And every time I come up here, it seems like there's another car or there's another truck, and they're, right, Louis? Every time we come up here, there's a different one, and I think we're gonna have to do something to stop it, and so we're gonna have to have it. And I don't know if this is complete, or if it's enough, or whatever, but if everybody will read it and make
Yes.
suggestions, we'll do something about it, because we've got to do this.
Well, I wonder what it would cost to get it surveyed, just to find out where the exact line is.
Oh,
Sue
I don't
Francis
think we
already
need a
knows. She had
survey,
it
huh?
surveyed when she was mayor, what she says.
Yeah, Sue did.
I
Sue
think-
Francis had it surveyed when she was a
well,
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
can address that later.
Okay.
But,
but we're gonna table it, I mean, I just wanted to know everybody to read it
We got it.
and study
okay,
it. Thank you, because I think it's
If
wrong.
they don't keep driving across it, we want to put a fence up out here.
Yeah.
all right, anything else from the council? All right, I'm going to open it up to this, all right, we have 2 gentlemen on the agenda that asked to be added to the agenda tonight. And I'm gonna start with Mr. Pitts.
Okay, with your permission, I'll stay right over here.
Absolutely.
First of all, let me acknowledge, I'll try to be brief, because I know you've had a long day and you don't hear me very long. But, it's good to be back in county line. I think the last time I was here, y'all were going in office, and I was getting out of office. But, basically, and the mayor may be aware of this, I'm not sure, but a few months ago, Blount County reestablished their economic development council. The council was established primarily to try to recruit and attract industrial, retail, and service establishments in Blount County. And when they established this council before, and some may be aware of it, we did this about 6 years ago. It was not successful for various reasons. This time they expanded it out, put more stakeholders involved in it, and they nominated like 15 members to the council. I represent District 4, so that's why I'm here. We were talking about the lake a while ago. I made a commitment when I got out of office, I wasn't serving on any boards. I was gonna be at the lake all the time, but this one's important. And the reason it's so important to me is because we have so many people in this county commuting to other counties for a job, spending a lot of money on gas and everything else. If we wanna buy something, we've gotta go to some other county to buy it. We just don't have the retail stores up here, we don't have the manufacturing. When they established this, basically, there's 4 members appointed by the county commission, and each commissioner appoints one. There's one appointed by the chairman of the commission. The mayors in the county, each district has an appointment in that council, and they each, in District 4, they, Lotus, Cleveland, County Line, and Rosa have an appointment to it. And then on top of that, the Health Care Authority has one appointment, Alabama Power Company has an appointment, the Realtors have an appointment, and last but not least, the bankers have an appointment. So it gives us 15 members on the council. And why do we create this? Number one, we're the only county in a 22 county radius that doesn't have an economic development. Now, I think one of the reasons behind that is the fact that we just don't have any industry, because it's a tough deal. When you go after a company, if it's Jack's or Walmart or whatever you go, there's competition on trying to get that into your county. And that's what we're planning to do, is to try to do that. Give you some quick facts, and I won't be here anymore. We're tied for last with Lawrence and Winston County for employment growth in 2013, I'm sorry, 1%. We ranked 20th in available workforce, which means we've got a good workforce in this county. But we're 63rd out of 67 counties in weekly wages. And if you take that into the fact that our wages are not that good, of course, I use numbers from the center of the county, which basically is Cleveland, and somebody's driving into the heart of Birmingham to go to work, they're paying $8,000 a year in transportation costs to get there and back. So what we're trying to do is get business into here. We're ranked 54th out of 67 in tourism dollars. And when you think about tourism, you don't think a lot of it, but if you consider the fact that Coleman County, that's one I picked out, Coleman County generates $31,759,000 in tourism. Jefferson County is in $629 million. We generate some $2,736,000. We're the least amount of any county that surrounds you as far as tourism dollars. But yet in return, we've got a lot you can see as far as tourism is concerned. We've probably got the only whitewater river anywhere in this general area that people can go to. We've got Palisades Park. We've got a lot of things, but we're just not generating anything out of it. Our unemployment rate jumped 6.2% last month. We've got 1,615 people in Blount County that's unemployed. Somebody told me one time that the definition of a recession is when your neighbor's out of work. And if you're out of work, your definition is a depression. And 1,615 people basically are as far as I'm concerned, are in a depression. Because I don't know, I remember when I was a young person, my wife and I missed a paycheck, we'd been in a heap of trouble during that time. So that's another reason we're looking for it. So basically, what we're coming down to is we want everybody involved to try to get that. Some of the things that we've got to do is, number one, we're trying to establish a website. We don't have a website. If somebody come into Blount County and wanted to see, places to go or anything about the residential part or anything else, there's no website for it. And right now, in this day and age, everything that you look for is people, when they're studying it, they go to the internet and look it up. We don't have anything at all. And I know, and I keep bringing up the lake part, but I know where we camp a lot, there's people come up there all the time from states all over the United States. And they're looking at places to visit where they go, when they leave there. And if they pull up Marshall County, or if they pull up Coleman County, we'll show them everything on that website. We don't have anything, so we're trying to establish a website. Then after we do that, finally, we're gonna have to hire somebody that's a professional recruiter that can go out and compete, because if you're gonna get industry in, and by the way, let me tell you, County Line's sitting on the gold mine, as far as I'm concerned. You've got the, and I know that you won't be able to travel it, but eventually, you're probably gonna be one of the closest cities to that northern beltway that's coming in right there. And the highway department that I visit and time again says that the minute they do that, they're gonna take 79 4-lane all the way to County Line. I'll hold my breath, and maybe I won't smother, but they say they're gonna do that. So County Line also has place as far as an industry is concerned out here. And to me, it also has a sewer plant, an operating sewer plant out here. So there's a lot of things that's going. So the problem that we're looking at is the funding. The commission has agreed that they will fund at $2 per resident for everything that's not in an unincorporated area within the county. So basically what we're asking, and we realize some of the smaller cities is the financial problems and the struggles and everything, but basically what we're asking for is funding on that from the cities also, $2 per resident. And if we looked at the numbers right, the residents in County Line was $260, and for the 2015 budget, we're basically requesting to be $520. Now, if County Line can't do that, it's not gonna slow us down on recruiting County Line. We're gonna continue to do that. But we really want everybody in this county involved in this development. So I'd be glad to answer any questions that anybody has concerning that.
You just said it was that the, 260 residents?
That's what the courthouse gave me on it, yeah, 260 based on the last.
And it would be how much per resident?
It would be $520.
Okay, got it.
Is that number is 269, that's for all of County Line, not just what's in Blount County?
It was my understanding, Mayor, that that was the Blount County portion of it, but I'm not sure. I would.
269 is the total.
Is the total, okay.
And I don't know, I have never seen it broken down by which is Blount, which is county, or Blount County or Jefferson County, but 269 was the census total.
Okay, they gave me, out of, like I say, out of the courthouse, they gave me 260 on it, so we're close enough.
Yeah.
But, in fact, I asked that question, and I thought they told me that was the, and I'm like you, I don't know how you would break it down, when you think of it, because based on.
I'd have to go out there and count heads. But yeah, I think it's something somewhat less than that, but I think as far as County Line goes, what the residents in Blount County receive the benefit from the Economic Development Board, so will the Jefferson County side.
Right.
I mean, we're all going to reap benefits from it. So I don't really have a big problem in paying the full amounts.
I don't really.
No.
One of
Why
the,
don't we just pay it now?
well, we're asking for the 2015 budget, you know, if you, but whenever you want to do it. But yeah, just to give you an example, Cleveland just got Alabama Guardrail that was in Birmingham moving to Cleveland. They're employing 40 people, but it's not just Cleveland. It's going to be Cleveland, Aniana, Locust Fork, and Roosevelt is all going to get a benefit from that area going up there. So it would help everybody.
We would be greatly appreciated if you'd direct somebody over here in County Line.
Well, I tell you, you do have a friend in County Line. I know some people in County Line didn't think that when I was commissioner, but you do have a friend. I think County Line's got, first of all, I think you got some great people. I'm not up here trying to sell him. I'm not running for anything now, folks, but I think you got some great people here, but I think you got some good assets. You got flat land, you've got sewer, you've got a good road running on that side over there, And eventually, people are gonna start moving out into that area, especially when that belt line starts going through. And I understand that the second phase is being let, or gonna be let shortly, that's gonna take it from 75 over to 59. So that's gonna be a big asset.
So that's gonna take it from 75 to 59.
That's what I had heard.
From 79.
Yeah, and well, it'll go from 79 to 75,
75.
and then the second phase will be there. And we're gonna push hard. You know, they're talking about 35 years on this, but
Yeah.
the county needs to be pushing hard to go to 59 and then turn around and go to 65, and then they can deliver that other area when they get around to it.
Yeah.
But that was what we're looking for.
They really are working a lot on 79 over here, over towards the.
75 too.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody told.
75 and 79.
Somebody told me that they were making enough money off tickets over at 75 because they're really enforcing that speed limit.
Really?
So, I don't know about 79, but I know 75 there.
All of those 45 used to be there, so.
Anybody, anything else? And I just, like I said, it's just good to be back here, and I appreciate what you're doing.
Well, as I said earlier, you're always welcome.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Okay, so are we voting?
Well, we're
Tell
gonna
him for his
bring it up.
budget?
We're
Okay.
gonna bring it up at the next council meeting
Okay.
and have it, because like I said, your budget year starts when, October?
October, yeah,
Okay.
just for it would be your 2015 budget is what we're asking for.
So we got time to address that, but yes, I think, small price to pay. All right. All right, the other gentleman that has requested to be on the agenda tonight is Ryan Fortenberry. If, go ahead and turn it over.
Sit over here also.
Yeah.
Seems to be the place to go. I am Ryan Fortenberry, and I am running for sheriff as an independent. I've given you all sheets, but let me just kind of tell you a little bit about my background and why I'm running. I have graduated from New Orleans Seminary with my master's several years ago and did ministry work, but I've always been bivocational. And we were living up north, and I grew up here in Palmerdale, and you know, I felt the Lord bring us back, and He opened up a job with Jefferson County, and I worked there for 6 years until they told us that they were going to lay off 150 of us, and that they went bankrupt. And when they laid off 250 road and transportation people, I thought they were very serious. So I left Jefferson County and went to Albertville for 2 years and worked up there. And Coleman, my wife works in Coleman, and Coleman is actually a little bit closer than Albertville was, and so they offered me a good bit more to come to work for them, so now I'm currently working at Coleman County. Back last March, several of my friends that work in Blount County, these same guys are the ones that told me to vote for our current administration. They said that it was the best thing that happened at that time, and they were all excited. Well, now these same people who I trust, who I used to go to church with, came back to me and said, Ryan, we'd like for you to run. And I was like, you know, they said, you need to run. I said, no, I really don't need to run. Like many of y'all maybe that live in this county or maybe in Jefferson, but my life was happy in my little bubble. I mean, I work 4 to 4, get off, coach my kids. I have my church that I pastor up in Albertville, and my life is great. God has blessed my life. But when they started telling me about some of the issues that we face here, my eyes were open. And since I've been campaigning and going from Straight Mountain all the way over to Hayden, I'm going to find out that it's a lot worse than I ever imagined. I did not know. The first thing I learned was this administration has only slotted 4 deputies on each shift, 1 for every district that we have. With 652 square miles to patrol, that is nowhere near enough people. Our current administration says it's a matter of money. Everybody's hurt for money. And but my thing is, you have to look at your budget. He has the personnel to put on the street. He's got 16 guys slotted right now for patrol. He has 13 guys slotted for investigation, 5 guys in narcotics, 2 guys serving civil papers. Now, that's just patrol, or the patrol division, I should say. To get it in perspective, let me put it this way. 13 investigators to 16 is a ratio you will not find anywhere surrounding us. When I worked at Jefferson County, it was about 10 to 1, 10 patrolmen per 1 investigator. In Coleman, where I currently work, it's 4 to 1. You have 4 deputies on patrol per 1 investigator. That was the same in Albertville. If your investigation, you're supposed to get paid a little more, and you have to work a little harder, because that's your job, is to investigate. But you don't risk public safety just to have guys that are all up in your buddy system, moving them up to investigation. My plan is simple. We're going to restructure. All these guys here, we can move them back. When I was presented the structure, I can tell you right now, just within 3 months, I can add at least 2 deputies per shift, so we'll at least have 6. My goal would be to double it by the time I'm done. I know that that's going to have to work within the budget, and that's going to make some guys unhappy, but that's what we have to do. There's no reason that, it's absolutely ridiculous that our response time is somewhere between 45 minutes to an hour and a half.
Right.
And I met somebody that waited 3 hours for a burglary report to be done. 3 hours. And on top of that, they showed up and they didn't do anything to process the scene or anything. One of the things I'm not going to turn Blount County into Jefferson County, because Jefferson County's not the best, but they had some ideas, and one of the things that Mike Hale did was, when I worked in Centerpoint, we were getting hit hard with burglaries. And we only had 6 full-time evidence techs for the entire Birmingham division. And of course, with all the murders and other crimes that are more serious, the property crimes were killing us. So he chose a person off every shift to be an evidence tech. And he sent us to school, and I was that guy chosen. And so I handled all burglary cases and all property crime cases, and I responded instantly when we got the call. When you go to the call, I dusted for prints, I took pictures, I collected any evidence that might be in the scene. Now also, not just on burglaries, but if there was a traffic stop where a lot of drugs and money was produced, I went to the traffic stop. I photographed the evidence, I logged the evidence, and I took it back and I put it in the property. Right now, in Blount County, we're having an issue with drugs and money being missing in our property room. And it's not just the 2 cases that he likes to say, it's actually a lot more than that. Our district attorney can testify to that. We're going to have to get that on track. And I can't understand how you allow this to happen, how it's unorganized. So we're going to have to get it organized. But as a evidence tech on each shift, you got to get guys on the shift first. So I'm going to get them on patrol, then I'm going to have an evidence tech on patrol. And we're going to handle that situation. Still, doubling up what we have is still really not enough, but I know that that's about what we have. I want to progress this forward. Yes, I have 10 years to his 40 years. But my thing that I'm telling people is this: I'm in the middle of my career. So I'm not running just for this term. I'm here to run for at least 2 terms, because I can't retire at any moment like our current administration can. He can retire anytime. He can return his papers in tomorrow, because he's already retired once, and he can do it again. And, he's 68 years old, and I just personally don't believe that he's going to stay till he's 72. I could be wrong, but I'm just saying, I'm just tired of this. In Blount County, we have a lot of appointments that have occurred, and I think it's just a good old boy system that has run them up. I want to bring professionalism to this department. Right now, we do not have a standardization for being promoted. It is really all about who you know or who you're related to. At Hoover, at Pelham, at Jefferson County, at Birmingham, more reputable places, these guys have a right to earn their promotion. They take tests to test their knowledge of the laws. They test their knowledge of policy and procedure. Then you can you take that score, and then you take what their work ethic is. What have they done on the street? Because each one of them does a monthly of what they're supposed to do. And so with that combined, you can start to have a promotion. That's what the troopers do. That's what others do. And that's what I want to give them. So even if a guy may not be supporting me, may not even like me, but if he knows his job and he's working, he has a right to get promoted. I'm not going to hold it against him that he didn't put my sign in his yard, or he didn't contribute. I really don't. That's just the way I am. I'd rather have the best person for the job, whether he's likes me or not. You know, because if he's working hard and he knows his stuff, he needs to be there. But that's in just what I'm wanting to bring to this. I want to bring in honesty. I want to bring integrity to the department. What breaks my heart, and I'll tell everybody right now, is maybe I'm a little naive on this. Growing up all my life, I wanted to be in law enforcement. It was a desire placed on me. It's what I always wanted to do. When I got saved and felt a call also to do ministry, I thought at first that was over, but the desire never left. And so this badge that we wear means a lot to me. I was raised to respect the badge. I was raised that we were the good guys. I was raised that, you know, you find the officer if you're in trouble. And I'm coming to find out I have people who have been burglarized 2 to 3 times, and they don't even bother to call anymore because they don't feel like this department is doing anything for them. And that breaks my heart. They don't trust us. You know, it has drove me crazy since I've been in law enforcement. When I'm in a store or something and I have a parent that, with their little kid, they say, "You better be good or he's going to take you to jail." And I usually get down on my knees and I look at a little girl, a little boy, and I've actually done this, and this lady kind of gave me a dirty look, but I said, "No," I said, "if you're ever in trouble, you come find me. I'll get you back to mom and daddy. I'm not going to take you to jail." You know, I'm not the bad guy. I'm here to be the good guy. And that's what I want back in this department, is that our badge, people can say, "Well, we're going to call the county because they're going to do something." So I know that just like places like Mount High and up there off County Road 5 and down here, they're getting neglected. There's nobody. Dollar General's been hit 100, a lot, I'm not going to say 100 times, and they don't feel anything's being done. I mean, I'm having people that say that they have videos of guys breaking into their stuff and nothing's being done. So it's time. It's time for a change, and I'm hoping that y'all will look into that and research it and see that I'm being genuine with you. I'm going to do my best. I may not have all the answers to everything, but I'm sure going to try to make sure this is done right. So, thank you.
You're good. Good man.
Well, good luck to you. All right. Any other comments? Public comments?
Anybody else? Anybody talk?
Anybody else? All right.
I'm ready to go.
Do we have a motion?
I got the motion. It's up to you. I second it.
All in favor? All right, voting carried. We're adjourned.
Thank you, sir. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you.